guys to this ring. Give me a hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do it. Let's rock and roll. Let's live long and prosper. I'm WB Ward.
And I'm actually live in studio. Chip Douglas here.
I was wondering who the hell that was that walked in through the door.
Long time no see.
I thought it was going to be some girl selling Girl Scout cookies.
I wish.
You and me both. I love getting up and having a little early morning cookie.
Absolutely. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You took it there, didn't you?
No, I didn't. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. Well, here we are. We had a very historic Monday Night Raw because there was no Monday Night Raw.
How crazy was that?
Well, and that was through no fault of the WWE.
Right.
You know, the government in the state where they were performing, I forget which state it was.
Connecticut.
Thank you. No, it wasn't Connecticut.
Yeah, it was because they was in their headquarters.
No, where they were performing, where they were scheduled to perform.
It was in Connecticut.
Was it also in Connecticut?
Yep.
Well, whoever it was, they came up with this travel ban that said, nope, nobody's allowed on the road. And if you were caught, you could get in trouble.
Right.
Because of the blizzard. So they had to cancel Monday Night Raw, which they have never done.
I think it was funny is the fact that they never said that Raw was canceled. It's a way after the actual building, the event center said, there's no Raw tonight. And then WWE came out a couple hours later and said, oh, yeah, there's no Raw. But we're going to have something going on.
Yeah. Well, they were probably busy trying to figure out what to do live on the air for 3 hours.
Boy.
Because all of a sudden now they've got this 3-hour block of time that they have to fill.
I thought they actually did a really good job.
They're not on TV though anymore. I don't know. Oh, duh. Wait a minute. We're talking about Raw. Of course they're on TV.
Yeah.
I'm jumping way ahead of the game here and thinking of WWE Network. But in the future, if they need to cancel a show, they don't have to fill it with squat.
It's true. It could be a rerun.
Yeah. And for the most part, and that was another thing that was historic on this, because usually in Monday Night Raw, following a pay-per-view, all you see are stills of the pay-per-view. You saw a couple of complete matches.
Right.
Well, and again, I can't fault them because they had 3 hours to fill, so what better way to do it? They had this selection of matches. Excuse me, I just woke up not too long ago and came flying in the studio, so I'm still kind of trying to wake up here. So I'll tell you what, let me wake up while you do the tweet of the week, if you would, please, sir.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What time is it, kids?
Oh!
Over there now. Okay.
Woohoo! Good job. This week's Tweet of the Week, actually, I have a couple of them.
Ooh, a twofer.
Yeah, maybe 3 actually. One of them is from at Great Wrestling, and it's more of a picture.
Okay.
More than you think. So if you listen to the show, go visit our Twitter page at SCI_Wrestling and you get a good idea what this actually tweet is. The title of it is Vince McMahon's Sexual Fantasy.
Oh no.
Roman Reigns' body with John Cena's face.
Oh. I am not going to sleep well tonight.
The other one, just kind of a cool thing for me, because I was there. It was from at Troy Little Deer, and he posted a picture back in 1998 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the Expo Square Pavilion when Goldberg faced a Giant. And it was Goldberg's first time.
Are you talking about Andre?
No.
Okay.
No. In 98?
I know, I was going to say.
No, the Big Show. Big Show was the Giant in WCW.
That's right.
And so his first time Goldberg ever fought in Tulsa, and he left in a bloody mess because he busted open his head on the ring post. So the match was cut short, and he ran out of there. So there's a picture of him, Goldberg coming out, picture of him going out, and just looking like a bloody mess. But it was cool for me because I was actually there. I remember that. I remember that, and I remember being very upset, but understanding at the same time.
Yeah.
And actually, that's it. The other one, I'm really not a fan of anyway. So.
Okay. All right. Well, that is kind of cool. You're gonna have to show me that pic. You got it up?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Yeah. Hold on.
I want to see it. Holy moly!
See?
He looks just like a raw piece of hamburger meat.
Yes, yes. So once again, visit our Twitter page, SCI_Wrestling. You can see that picture as well.
It's in living color.
It's in living color.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and address the big 500-pound gorilla in the room, the Royal ripoff. I mean, Royal Rumble.
You literally tried to get your money back.
I did. I did. I was going to start to. I knew something was up wrong because, God forbid, you should ever have a technical issue with WWE.com.
Oh, should I let you go on your rant right now?
You blithering idiots. I was on the phone, not for 1 hour, not 2, not 3, but 4 hours long. That Sunday, and I was having to put everything on hold that I had to get done on Sunday morning. Everything was put on hold while I was trying to get somebody within the technical support of WWE who could help me with the issue. The issue was on my screen. Whenever I went to WWE.com, it said videos are not able to be shown at this location at this time, referring to my computer. Now, to make matters worse, I had a feeling I knew what the problem was. And I even told the first 2 technicians who were trying to troubleshoot the issue what I thought. I told them, I think I know what the problem is. Neither one of them at any point ever said anything that even sounded like, well, gosh, Mr. Ward, what do you think it is? Neither one of them ever bothered to ask me that question. Instead, they started going down their merry little way of trying to troubleshoot the issue, not being successful, I might add. One of them even had me go to WWE.com, which is a different website. And she said, can you see the videos there? And so I went there. I thought she was just trying to see if my computer could play videos. I go there. Sure enough, I can play them. She said, great. I'm glad I could help you. Is there anything else I can do for you? I went, wait a minute. You didn't solve my problem. Nimrod. Finally, after 4 hours, finally got somebody on the phone who went, well, what do you think it is, Mr. Ward? And I told them. And in 2 minutes, they said, let me ask you to hold. They put me on hold. 2 minutes later, they said, try it again. And it worked.
Wow.
I had the right answer the whole time.
Wow. After 4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours.
And then I had to watch that. I was really disappointed.
Wow.
I was really, really, really disappointed.
So for anyone out there that has technical difficulties, contact WB Ward.
Yeah, contact me because I'll probably know what it is first.
Save you about 4 hours.
Okay. What was your overall impression?
If I had to grade this pay-per-view, I would give it a C-.
Oh, I'm surprised you went that high.
And the only reason why is because the title match.
Yeah. I've never seen people boo the winner of Royal Rumble.
Well, last year.
Last year?
Oh, by God, yeah.
Who won last year?
Batista.
Oh, well, okay. Yes, but he was a heel.
No, he was baby-faced.
He was transitioning over to a heel.
No.
Wasn't he?
The crowd rioted so much. It was Chicago. And they wanted Daniel Bryan to be in the Rumble so bad.
Well, this is then 2 years in a row.
Yep.
They had the same thing happen.
Yes. One who doesn't learn from their mistakes is doomed to repeat them.
And Reigns, I wonder if that means Reigns might be turning heel.
There's a lot of rumors about it. I don't see it happening. I think it'd be best for business. But right now, everything's lining up to have Lesnar versus Reigns. It's once again, it's a classic feel of WBE has what they think we want, and that's the way they're going to go.
Now, in all fairness, this is one place I'm going to have to criticize the WWE universe about. There has been a lot of people supporting Roman Reigns in the past and supporting him ardently, including one person who is sitting in this very room.
Right. Right. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And now all of a sudden that he's there, they're booing him. And I have to admit, to that extent, I am a little confused.
Well, we're just as a wrestling fan. Ever since his return back to WBE after his injury, I haven't felt Roman Reigns. Like, he hasn't been the same. And so it's to me, it's not his time. That's my.
You think
whole
it's
point.
just too early for him?
I think it's way too early. Way too early. I think maybe next year, possibility. But this year, they're rushing them way too fast. There's more people that are more suited, aka Daniel Bryan, to be in that place. And so for that Rumble match to happen, I mean, it's pretty obvious that Reigns was going to win it. As soon as Daniel Bryan was eliminated, very early in the match, by the way, which I thought was absolutely pathetic.
It was. No, I have to agree with you there. He should have, if he was going to go out, he should have gone out when there were like 2 people left or something.
Right.
He should have made it a lot fun.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh. That might be a bad thing. Could you imagine if they brought it down to Bryan versus Reigns at the Rumble, just them two, and Reigns eliminated Bryan? My gosh. Philly was already like... did you hear what Philadelphia fans did?
No.
They were so mad, so mad that they were blocking the exit gates from the arena, not allowing anyone to leave.
Anyone meaning fans or the Stars?
The Stars.
Oh wow!
Any of the trucks, they were literally blocking the gates. That's how upset they were at the arena.
Wow.
It was a. We want to feel the unexpected as wrestling fans. I think I would be a perfect Philadelphia or Chicago fan because a lot of times I feel the same way as they do. But having a match that is predictable, like the Royal Rumble was, it's not fun to us. It's not fun at all. It's like, okay, all right, Bryan was eliminated halfway through the Rumble. Now we know who's going to win. It's Reigns. In fact, I predicted it, didn't I?
Let's see. You predicted. Yep, you sure did. You predicted Reigns. Now, here's the ironic part, considering the debate we're having. I'm the one who predicted Bryan, and you're the one who predicted Reigns. Yeah.
Because it made. I don't know. I mean,
but you were right.
I was right because it was predictable, but very upsetting at the same time.
I knew the pay-per-view was going to be in trouble just from the kickoff match. New Day versus Tyson Kidd with and
Cesaro.
Hello, New Day versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro with Adam Rose at ringside.
Right.
I don't know why I had a hard time saying that. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro won, but the crowd favorite was Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. They actually booed New Day all the way through.
Oh yeah.
I had a feeling that the show was probably in a little danger at that point.
Well, the Philadelphia crowd are true wrestling fans, and they know that Tyson Kidd, Cesaro can really can go. I mean, they're wrestlers.
Yeah, those are wrestlers.
And so Philly likes that. So they cheer those type of guys. But that's not going to be everywhere. I mean, 90% of everywhere else.
New Day does come across to me, is really becoming coming across to me now as being nothing more than a sideshow attraction, even with Kofi Kingston in their corner.
They are. I mean, that's exactly what they are to me. I think they actually would be better heels, to be honest, than faces.
Do what?
I think they'd be better heels.
I
keep
can,
the same gimmick, but turn them heel.
I can see them turning.
Yeah.
I can easily see them turning. And as a matter of fact, I can see Tyson Kidd and Cesaro turning into face.
I would like it. I mean, I like him as a team. I think it's a great little tag team that they made.
I think it's a good match. I think that is a good match, and Tyson Kidd deserves the time to come back.
Did we predict that one?
No, we did not.
Okay.
No, we did not predict that one. But this next match I want to talk about, we did do a prediction, and that was New Age Outlaws versus Ascension. And I was I was a little surprised.
I'm not. I mean, the Ascension has to get some kind of rub.
They do have to get some kind of rub. That's
they look
true.
stupid.
And I'm saying that even though I predicted that they would win.
Yeah. It didn't surprise me at all. I mean,
and so did you, by the way.
Yeah. New Age Outlaws are they have to give him some kind of rub, and I think that was the rub that they were trying to get him. But the ascension is not working.
And there really was nobody else that they could really put him against.
I did like what they did the previous Raw with the Ascension, with all the tag teams coming out.
Yeah.
They had the NWO.
Oh yeah.
And the next thing you know, here comes Bradshaw with Farouk, and then here comes the New Age Outlaws after that. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of predictable. It'd be interesting to see if they're going to do something else. Maybe Ascension gets in the ring with APA. I think Bradshaw Farouk can still do one more match.
I'm still waiting for. I'm still disappointed they didn't let Farouk do his damn.
Oh yeah.
I'm just really disappointed over that. Okay, Usos versus Miz and Mizdow. Usos winning.
You talk about one of the most over people in the crowd, Damian Mizdow.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's getting over, man.
I wonder if people would like him as much without the Miz.
I don't think so. I think being teamed with the Miz has done wonders for him. But I give credit where credit's due. Damian Mizdow, I mean, he's done a terrific job with that little gimmick that he's got.
Right.
I mean, could you imagine being in a creative office and they go, "We want you to team with the Miz, but we want you to be his stunt double, so you do everything that he does."
Yeah, that does kind of sound weird.
That'd be like going into the office, telling you getting ready to be the Red Rooster.
Yeah. I do have to admit too, aside from what you just said, this is, and I'm really having a hard time saying this, it's also fairly original. It is. I don't think I've ever seen this before.
No,
nothing
very quite like this.
Very uncharacteristic of WWE creative. So, God
Who
bless
would
them.
have thought?
Up until now, the only thing original they've done was left swirling in a toilet bowl. So it was kind of nice to see this idea come along.
Who'd we predict?
We predicted. I predicted Miz. You predicted Usos, so you got that one.
Did I get this whole pay-per-view right?
You did win. You came up with the most correct predictions, and I.
Oh, okay.
But not by much because you and I tied an awful lot.
Oh, okay.
Which leads us to the Divas, Natalya and Paige versus the Bellas. On this one, I predicted the Bellas just because I like the twins. And you predicted Natalya and Paige. This was one of the rare times of that evening where I won the prediction.
I tweeted something about this match. I go, Divas match, time to get dinner.
I'm surprised because as much as I know you like Paige, I thought you would watch just for her.
I mean, I see her all the time online.
And her and Natalya seem to be working together fairly well.
They are. I mean, they're good, both little workers. It's just I'm sick of the Bellas.
Now for this season, this is the first season I have not watched Totally Divas. I take it you have not been watching that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I haven't seen it in second season maybe. The last time I seen it.
Yeah, it's not that I lost interest. It's just I guess I did.
Yeah, I think we lost interest.
Okay, John Cena v. Lesnar v. Rollins triple threat match.
Man,
this was the match of the night.
This saved the card. This saved the pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, this was an excellent match. I was even happy with the outcome. Believe it or not, with me not being a Lesnar fan.
Who'd you predict?
Who did we predict?
I know I predicted Lesnar.
Yeah, you predicted Lesnar. I predicted Rollins would win. I just thought, I really did. I thought this was an obvious choice of WWE creative.
I mean, this was this was one of those great matches because the fact that, I go back to our previous statement about how the Royal Rumble was predictable.
Yeah.
Especially after Daniel Bryan was eliminated. This match was unpredictable.
One thing, too, about this particular match, I've never really been a big Rollins fan.
Yeah.
And I really am not now, but I'm a little closer to that fence because of one move that Rollins pulled off during that match.
Oh, that shooting star.
That right off the top rope.
Yeah.
And he not only went for altitude, but he also went for distance. Because as you know, Lesnar was prone on the Spanish announce table.
Right.
And he jumped from the top rope of the nearest corner, but that's a good 8 to 10 feet away.
Good Lord.
So he not only went for altitude, he also went for distance, and he nailed it.
I think this match really showed Rollins very, very well.
I think it did, too.
It really showed his ability in the ring. The hang with the main event stars, in my opinion. I mean, it really showed that now I would be okay watching Lesnar versus Rollins. I'd be completely all right with that. But it's in fact, it kind of excites me now to see possibly Rollins versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. I mean, I think that's an obvious way that you can go now, and that match would very much steal the show.
Yeah,
Having those
I
two
think so.
performers, oh my gosh, it'd be a great idea.
Okay, now in the Royal Rumble match, that's what we're left with here. I wrote down the first two trivia questions that I thought would probably stick with this match, outside of the other obvious trivia questions. Who were the surprise entrants and things like that? But
I did like the surprises. Well, at
Yes.
least two of them.
yes. Do you recall who the first entry was and the first eliminated?
Oh my gosh, who was the first entry?
The Miz.
Oh, that's right.
Miz was the first one out. You recall the first elimination?
It was The Miz,
The
wasn't it?
Miz.
Yeah.
First in, first out.
Yeah.
And do you remember who he was eliminated by?
Let's see here. He was one.
Bubba Ray Dudley.
Oh my gosh.
Bubba Ray.
How fun was that?
That was absolutely a blast. And there's a rumor that Bubba is talking with WWE as possibly making a comeback.
Not only him, but Devon as well.
Devon with him, his
Yep.
brother.
Yep.
I
As
wonder
a-
if they're going to come back as the Dudley brothers again, like
Yep.
they did before.
That's exactly what they're thinking about doing. Bringing back the Dudley boys and then having them work in the tag team division.
They need it.
Man, now it'd be fun to see them versus like the Usos. It'd bring a lot of life to the tag team division.
It would, and I was just getting ready to say that would be breathing a breath of fresh air.
Real big breath of fresh air.
And finally get somebody in there who knows how to wrestle old school.
Oh yeah. I know when those fireworks went off and that music hit, I was like, all right, this is cool. This is the Rumble. Now he was like the number 3.
Oh yeah, he was second or third. I
think,
didn't write that
he wasn't
down.
second. I think he was third. I know he wasn't second. Yeah, but man, when that music hit, I was like, all right, this is why we watch the Rumble for moments like this. And of course, one of the other surprises that I thought was really cool was DDP.
Yeah, and he didn't last very long.
No,
But
no.
he is really showing his age.
In his face.
Yes.
In his face. But his DDP yoga apparently is working everywhere else.
I want you to solo for a second because I hear the commissary is finished making their coffee.
Okay. So besides DDP, the other really real surprise that I thought was very odd was Zack Ryder. Now, I have nothing against Zack Ryder as a performer, but why on earth would you waste a spot for Zack Ryder? There's no way that you're going to be able to do anything with him. To me, it was just an empty spot. And there was another one that I thought was very strange, and that was a guy named Titus O'Neil. You could have put so many different people in there. Why on earth would you do Titus O'Neil? Here's a great idea, WWE. You have this thing that's working down in Florida called NXT. Introduce some NXT talent to the Rumble, just like he did last year with Rusev, and it's working. Rusev is he's doing a great job. You introduced him to the WWE Universe on the Royal Rumble. Could have done the same thing with another NXT talent, but yet they failed to do it. But yet they also always failed to listen to the WWE Universe.
Well,
How's that rant?
they do. And I'm going to have to agree. I'm going to have to agree with you. I think they should listen to the WWE Universe, and only by virtue of the fact that they really don't seem to have a clue of what's going on.
By the way, I figured out who actually does NXT.
Oh?
You want to take a guess?
Well, what do you mean by who does it?
As far as who books it.
Oh. I don't know who.
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, I had heard that,
Yeah.
actually, now that you mention it.
Yep.
The American Dream. Because I know he's still working for them at their developmental center.
Yep. So he is the main creative behind the NXT shows, which makes a lot of sense because he was always very creative. So I think they're kind of giving him free reign to do whatever he wants.
I wish he would come up and do some consultation with Raw.
Oh gosh.
Because as I understand it, it's Mercury who does a lot of the consulting with Raw.
He's an agent.
Okay.
He's an agent.
I
That's
thought he
about
had
it.
some creative input or something like that.
Probably a little bit, but of course they have like 30 writers, so you got 30 different opinions, and when it comes right down to it, There's one person that makes a decision, Vince
Yeah.
McMahon.
That's true.
So that's what it is at the end of the day.
You know, Vince is starting to get rather advanced in years. Do you think what we're seeing here are really the rantings of an old man?
Yes.
Okay.
I think what we're seeing is Vince McMahon getting up there in age, thinking that he knows what the fans want, but getting confused when it doesn't happen. AKA Batista winning the Rumble, Roman Reigns winning the Rumble. He thinks that damn it, they're going to win the Rumble and the fans are going to cheer it. And it's going to be great, but it's not. It's not, and it's not working. So what do you do now? I give WWE credit last year because they did end up going with the fans to WrestleMania with Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
So they did do that. I don't see them doing that this year. I really think that they're really set on Reigns beating Lesnar and Reigns being the next superstar of the company.
You know, if Lesnar would stick around, I wouldn't mind seeing him win, but I don't like what they were doing about him keeping him away so long. I like the fact that we have seen him now for several weeks in a row. Now, if he wants to take a hiatus for a couple of weeks, fine. Knock yourself out. You know, relax, get healed up, do whatever you need to do. But I don't like the idea of the absent champion, where they just simply talk about him in third person for months after month after month after month. And it's just like, okay, are you going to play or not? So I would have no problem with Lesnar continuing to be champion as long as he's going to be, well, I don't know, champion.
Well, I kind of like it. I'll be the devil's advocate here.
All right.
And here's why. WWE, since Lesnar's been gone, they've been able to take the focus of the shows and not make it focused so much on Lesnar, but develop other talent. And so now we have this.
Yeah, how's that been working for you?
I mean, they could do a better job. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of ways that you can go. And so having Lesnar gone for a month or two, missing a pay-per-view or two, I think I know it takes the focus off the WWE title, but then again, what's wrong with that? It's able to develop more stars. It makes the Lesnar appearance, to me, more attractive, more noteworthy, because we know that, all right, this is awesome. They've done 2 pay-per-views. We have a number 1 contender. It's time for him and Lesnar. It's time for him to go against the Beast incarnate. But man, could you imagine him winning WrestleMania? That the only time he can lose again would be the next WrestleMania. So we're talking, what, a year and a half?
At least.
As champion? Oh my gosh.
By the way, before we run out of time, and forgive me for changing subjects so drastically, last night I watched the movie Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
And I didn't think it was possible, but I finally found a place where Batista performed worse than what he performed in the ring.
Really?
Oh, he was awful in that movie.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, don't bother. It was just absolutely.
Speaking of worse,
horrible.
let me say this right quick while we end. The newest Hall of Fame inductee,
Yes,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know. You talk about disappointed. I remember sitting there when they made that announcement, and all I could think was, why?
Really?
Well, I mean, we know why. It's the
I immediately went to my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger line. It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. Now, Macho Man Randy Savage. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I was so thankful to hear that.
I'm very interested to see who's going to be next. I'm very interested to see how that's going to turn out.
And speaking of next, the next pay-per-view is a new one called Fastlane.
Life in the fast lane.
I wonder first off, will they use that song? And second off, I wonder, can they redeem the Royal ripoff?
No.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard move.
They're eliminating Elimination Chamber. That sucks.
Well,
I hate that.
we'll just have to see about the fast lane. I'm not really looking forward to it. But anyway, we'll be back with you next week for another edition right here at this channel of this show we call
SCI.